What is up, guys? Trafalgar X Hype here, bringing you my top 5 favorite Bleach arcs of all time. If you guys want Bleach to come back, then do some more Bleach vids. Do some reviews. If you can't do reviews, then upload some top 5 favorite things or favorite moments of Bleach. What I'm doing is my top 5 favorite arcs of all time. And you know what? Coming in at number 5 is the Soul Society arc. Now, mostly, the Soul Society arc was an amazing arc, but it starts off after the first season. The first season, I want to explain a little bit of it before I tell you. It's going to be a little bit, so don't think about, leaving this vid. So anyway, from the very beginning, Ichigo could always see spirits, but when Rukia came here, she's the one who sensed a crazy spirit energy. It wasn't that crazy, but it was Ichigo's spirit energy. But then after that, she tells Ichigo what she is. Then later, crazy things happen, a hollow attacks, and when they're in a crazy battle, Rukia sacrifices herself to save Ichigo, because none of the humans are supposed to die. It's the job of a Soul Reaper to save the city and everything from hollows. So Rukia took a lot of damage. The only way to defeat this hollow was to give Ichigo her soul powers. With that, she went against the law of the Soul Society, and because of that, a few days later, after Ichigo's battles against hollows, and after his battle against Uryu, things got even more crazy. Two other Soul Reapers entered Karakura town, and they were looking for Rukia in order to take her back, but mostly I think they were going to kill Ichigo. But for the rest of it, once Ichigo went up against Byakuya and Renji recklessly, Ichigo had the upper hand against Renji, but when Byakuya interfered, he was able to cut Ichigo's sword. Cutting Ichigo's sword after that, with a crazy technique, Ichigo was on the ground, and we assumed he was going to die, is what Rukia said. After that, Kisuke saved them, and well, that's where we started there. Ichigo took a lot of crazy ass training in order to get his own Soul Reaper powers back, because the Soul Reaper powers he had was from Rukia and that sword. And to tell you the truth, Ichigo got his powers back with the shout of and we didn't witness it, but we did witness it during the battle. Well, I'll get to that soon. But yeah, after getting his Zanpakuto and learning his true name and his sword, after that, he got a new technique too, and we get to the Soul Society along with Uryu, Chad, and Orihime. The four of them team up in order to save Rukia. Now this is going to be an amazing arc. When I saw this arc, I got complete nostalgic, man. Nostalgic hype. But then after that, it got even more crazy. We got to see even awesome Soul Reapers like Genin Shimaru or Toshiro Hitsugaya, Sosuke Aizen, every single Soul Reaper here, even Byakuya Kuchiki, the one who defeated Ichigo in their first battle when he was fighting against Renji. But really epic arc, because we got crazy battles holding in the Soul Society, like Ichigo versus Renji, Ichigo versus Ikaku, Ichigo versus Kenpachi, Ichigo versus Byakuya, the final battle, which we see where Ichigo achieves the power of Bankai. And you know what? Even though he's half human, half Soul Reaper, he still achieved the power of Bankai. With that, we saw his new technique at the very beginning before he even used Bankai, which was called Getsuga Tensho, Ichigo's new move that he achieved during his training with Kisuke Urahara. Now that was a total epic arc. With that, Ichigo fights against Byakuya, and you know what? After failing against him with his Shikai for a bit, Ichigo goes Bankai, faces Byakuya, and starts going all over the place with complete speed. And then Byakuya is just being confused and everything, and still attacking Ichigo at the same time. Didn't even notice his speed. And then here comes that stab from the back once Ichigo starts going that was a crazy move that he did when he crushed the Zenbon Sakura, and then he just knifed Byakuya from behind by doing, what do you call this? Now that was a total epic fight, Ichigo versus Byakuya, which ended the Soul Society. And then after that, we saw the whole truth between Aizen's betrayal. Now that one was real crazy when Ichigo went up against Aizen, just speeded fast to defeat him, because Aizen faked its own death, and with that he was making his leave to the place that he was supposed to go to, along with Kaname Tozen and Genin Shimaru. With that, Aizen only used, and then Ichigo's defeated like that. Even though he was in his Bankai, man, he still had damage from his fight with Byakuya, which was a really amazing arc. And that's the Soul Society, and that's how it basically ends. So anyway, coming in at number 4 is the Arrancar Artha. Now that was a very amazing Arrancar arc, because you know what? It led so many battles, the Soul Reapers and the Visors against the Arrancars. That was just totally amazing. Battles with Toshiro and Hiyori and Lisa against Hollyville, and then like other battles unfolding, like Soy Phone and Mauricio versus Barragan, and that was like very amazing. So this arc was amazing in a lot of ways. It showed a lot of perspective, and I really, that's basically why I like Bleach. But mostly, we finally get to see Aizen in that arc. We only saw a little bit glimpse of him planning and everything like that. And then we get to see awesome battles too, like Ichigo versus Yami or Ichigo versus Ukiyoda, and battles like Byakuya and Kenpachi versus Yami. Now that was totally an amazing battle. But then we had some really epic battles, like when Ichigo and Bastion went against Ukiyoda. And then later, when all those battles finished, we see like an epic battle. There was one epic battle with Ichigo versus Nonitora, but when it was close to failing, that was when Nell transformed to Sexy Nail and then went up against Nonitora and just went so serious until back to the old sides, man. And that was like a crazy battle. And then after all those battles, we get to the final fight with Ichigo versus Aizen, which is another amazing battle. And we also see Ichigo's dad, Ishin Kurosaki, as a Soul Reaper, where he finally appears and we see the truth about him. Well, we saw the truth about him during the battle arc. But this one was very amazing arc, because my favorite battle was the battle with Ichigo and Aizen. Ichigo doesn't have a care in the world. He just went so serious, man. Hair long, man. Epic as ever, man. Not even scared at all to attack, man. He's crushing Aizen's attacks and defeats Aizen with the final Getsuka Potential and loses his Soul Reaper powers. Very amazing. So anyway, let's get on with the next one. And you know what? The next one is, how should I say this? Next one is the past chapter arc. Now, you know what? It only has 7 episodes and it's only season 11 of Bleach. And you can't really just call this arc, even though it has like only 7 episodes. Because when you see Hunter x Hunter, it only has a few episodes, like a few arcs, but a few episodes in it, like 5, 10, 13. Well, we're getting on with this one. The past chapter shows the truth between Sosuke Aizen's betrayal and the creation of the holification that was given to Hiyori, Shinji, all the visors, how they became visors and everything. And seeing Kisuke was still here by that time. This was way before Kisuke and the visors were wanted. So this one was a crazy arc to see. We got to see everyone back in their Soul Reaper days, like Kisuke, because he's like I believe in the very beginning of Bleach, we saw Kisuke in the world of the living because he was wanted by that time, and now we went back a little bit of years ago in this time. You know what I mean? So it was very great to see. We get to see the creation of the holification, Sosuke Aizen's betrayal, and then we get to see Kid Genichimaru. And still as a kid, he was like crazy as hell, man. Byakuya. We get to see everyone. Okay, people back in their captain days, way before everything, happened and everything. So that was a very amazing arc to see. We need to see that because we needed some information. So a very great filler arc to see it was also during the Arrancars too, the Arrancar arc, because it had like 3 Arrancar arcs during their basic battles. Let's not forget to mention Ichigo versus Grimmjow during the Arrancar arc. That was a very amazing one. So yeah, that one was very amazing, the past chapter arc. Number 2 is the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, because we get to see so many things in the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, because this was also during Arrancar arc too, but this was just a little filler. And it's basically about the Zanpakuto's making a rebellion, like getting out the swords and everything like that, and then we see their true forms. And you know what? We get to see amazing forms. When I'm looking at Rangiku, I'm thinking, if Rangiku is hot, is her Zanpakuto hot? Well, yeah, you were right. Hinago is hot too. And then we also saw some other crazy epic Zanpakutos like Kaze Shini, Zenbon Sakura, Hyorin Maru. Let's see, who else? Anybody else? Ozuki Maru. Okay, all right. Now that was very amazing what we saw there. Let's not forget my boy Zangetsu. We can never forget about Zangetsu. And then there was one evil one, Muramasa. Mostly it was about Muramasa. He freed the Zanpakuto, I believe. And what happened with Muramasa is that back then there was a dude named Koga. He was a Kuchiki, part of the Kuchiki family. And something went crazy and wrong. So Koga was sealed up. And Muramasa tried to find a way to take off Koga's seal, like to unseal him. Break the seal, you know what I mean? Because he was sealed for a long while. It reminds me of how Aizen was. But yeah, after Koga was released, Koga murdered Muramasa, defeated Muramasa. But mostly it showed a battle of Ichigo versus Muramasa and Byakuya versus Koga. Those were some epic showdowns. You know what I mean? Koga took down Muramasa because when Koga was calling Muramasa to come out during that old filler, he didn't come. And to be honest, because of that, Koga took his revenge and took down his own Zanpakuto. So anyway, that was where the Zanpakuto Rebellion ended, and then we got back to the Arrancar. So anyway, coming in at number 1 is the Substitute Shinigami arc, aka the Full Bring, the last arc, which starts the time skip before Bleach goes on hiatus and will probably come back next year, 2016. This arc was very amazing because you know what? Ichigo's life was a living hell at the beginning. Well, when it was close to the end, but mostly at the beginning, we see like Ichigo and everyone else. Like it's just a regular time skip day of the start of the time skip, going to school and everything like that, and seeing how everyone's growing and Hime. Gosh, and Kadin too. Actually knows that Kadin had boobs at that time. Are you serious? So then for the rest of it, when Ichigo got his super powers back, but it wasn't super powers, it was his power of full brain, thanks to Ginjo. But then later we find out that Ginjo is a traitor to Ichigo, because we thought Ginjo was teaming up with Ichigo, but it turns out he was with Tsukishima the whole time. And then with that, crazy battles upholded. But then when the Soul Reapers arrived, they gave Ichigo his Soul Reaper powers back. When I saw Rukia stab Ichigo, I thought it was to stab him, because she was controlled by Muramasa. But then it was different, okay? Very different. But with that, Ichigo comes back from the brink of his just human form. And then, he's a Soul Reaper now. He's back to a Soul Reaper form. And with that, he has his new powers. And then after that, his sword changes. He's using one slash. It wasn't even against Tensho. Then later, Ichigo goes Bankai and we see his true power and he defeats Ginjo. And then later, let's not forget about the combat passing, how Ginjo was also a substitute Soul Reaper. It reminds me of one of the arcs for Yu Yu Hakusho with the Spirit Detective thing. But yeah, this one was very amazing. It ended very greatly, and we hope for it to come back in 2016 too. Can't wait. But mostly seeing the battles with the Soul Reapers, that was epic. Rukia was so cute when she was liking all those teddy bears and toys and everything during a battle with what was her name? I really forgot her name when the person Rukia was battling. But yeah, it was very amazing. We had other battles, Toshido against this guy, Byakuya against Tsukishima, Kenpachi versus that weird guy. And then we had Renji versus someone, I really forgot. Then we had Ikaku. Was Ikaku there? I really don't know. But very amazing battle. It gave me great hype. But those are my top 5 Bleach arcs of all time. My favorite Bleach arcs because they really impressed me over the days. And the worst arc of Bleach ever, even though I had to watch it because it was part of the anime, was the Bound arc. I don't know why, but it just sounded so weird. But I didn't want to skip it. I didn't skip it. I seen every episode of Bleach. It was very amazing. That's my whole top 5 favorite Bleach arcs of all time. Thank you for watching, peeps. As always, Trafalgar X Hype.